Okay, hello everyone. Okay, so in this video we are going to talk about arithmetic operators, right? Now, for the most part, you've seen arithmetic operators, which is the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, right? Before I talk about that though, let's talk about the three types of operators we have in Java, right? We have the unary operator, let me just spell it out, the unary operator, the binary operator, and then the ternary operator. In this video, I'll talk about the unary operator and the binary operator, and then I'll talk about the ternary operator later on. Okay, so let's just go ahead and delete this comment. And so if you have something, a number like -5, this operator used this way, this negative sign used this way is a unary operator, right? Because it requires only one operand. So these names, these unary, binary, and ternary, they are named that way because of the number of operands they take. And so this is a unary operator because it only takes in one operand, right? Used this way, it only takes in one operand. All right, the minus sign, right? Or let's say the plus sign. The plus sign used this way, 5 plus, let's say 5, is a binary operator, right? Because it takes in two operands. Now the same minus sign can be used this way, but in this case, it becomes a binary operator because it takes in two operands. All right. So I just wanted you to see that. Now let's declare a variable. Let's make it an integer, right? And set it equal to, let's say, 5. Actually, let's set it equal to let's set it equal to 5. Okay. And then let's create another integer, and let's call it negative number, and set it equal to the negative version of what's stored in number. Now you can also apply a unary operator, in this case minus, to a variable. So in this case, this minus becomes a unary operator, but it can also be applied to a variable. What is happening is you're applying a negative sign to the content of number, which is 5, right? And so we can basically go ahead and print out system.out.println what's stored in negative number. So we can have a string and say negative number, right, is, and let's concatenate a value of negative number. Okay, so what we're doing is, first of all, number is 5. We are assigning the negative version of what's stored in number to the variable negative number. And because this is an integer, I can store a -5. When I compile this and I run it, now it should say that negative number is -5. Okay. All right. And so you can also apply a unary operators to variables, not just literals or integer literals, but basically variables as well. All right. Now let's basically delete this line here, and then let's work with the other arithmetic operators. Basically, the plus sign, multiplication, addition, multiplication, division. Basically addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And so we've seen this for the most part, right? So we can set, first of all, number to, let's say, 5, right? And then let's print out number this time around and say number, okay, is number, right? So we should expect 5 when we run this. Compile this, run, and then number is 5. Now we can set number, let's have a space here, to be equal to, now we are replacing the value of number. Number is 5, but we're replacing the value of number now. So we are saying number is now equal to 5 plus 5 and a semicolon. Number you used to store the number 5, right? And then now we are replacing the variable number with the value 5 plus 5, which is 10. So we are replacing it. Compile this, and so we can do something like this with a binary operator this time around, because it requires two operands, right? We can add, now we should say 10. We can subtract, we can say number is equal to 6 minus 7, right? Compile this, we should expect, so basically this variable is being changed, the content is being kicked out, and a new value is going to replace it. We should expect a -1. Compile this and run. Now we can let's continue with multiplication. We can multiply. We can say number is equal to, let's say, 6 times, and the way you use the multiplication sign is not with an x, right, but then with an asterisk sign. which means this represents a multiplication. The multiplication sign, oops, I forgot my equal sign. So number is equal to 6 times, let's say, 4 and a semicolon. So this represents multiplication. Compile this, run this, and then we can see number is 24 now. We can also divide. So number is equal to something like 5 divided by, and the way we represent the division sign is with the forward slash. Okay, the forward slash. Now, actually, because this number is defined as an integer, it can only store integers. So let's make sure this division for now, okay, results to an integer and not a decimal, because you can't really store a decimal in an integer variable, right? So now let's make sure that whatever we type here, it results to in an integer. So something like 4 divided by 2, right? And the way you basically represent the division sign is with a forward slash. So 4 divided by 2 we know gives us 2, right? And so when we compile this and we run it, 2 can be stored in number because 2 is an integer. Run this, and now it says number is 2. And so these are just regular arithmetic operators that we've most likely seen. And I just wanted you to see that you can also apply the operators to not just literals, not just the literals, but also variables themselves. So now we can do, for example, we can declare another variable, int second number. Actually, let's do this. Oh, yeah, let's do int second number, and let's set it to 5, right? And then we can come back down here and change number, right? And say number is equal to 5, okay? Or let's say number is equal to 50 plus, and we can actually use the value of second number. We can refer it by its name and say second number. We can actually use the variables themselves and not just numbers. We can say number is now equal to 50 plus second number, which we have declared and initialized to 5 here. So basically 5 will be added to 50, and so number will change now to 55. Compile this, run it, and now it says number is 55. And so we can work with variables by their names this way. We are basically working with the content of them, right? Because this is a number, it can be added to 50. What's actually stored in second number is 5, and 5 can be added to 50 and stored in here. And so you can apply operators to literals, number literals themselves, or you can apply operators to variables themselves. And these are the basic arithmetic operators. There are more operators. We'll talk about them with time, but I just wanted you to at least have a feel of arithmetic operators, and we'll continue in the next video. Okay, if you have any questions, please comment down below, and I'll do everything to respond to them. Thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time with the next video. All right then, bye-bye.